So it's been a few years.
Absolutely, it has been.
We're at Backstage Community Forum right now. I am here with Jeff Pearson, the monster singer from the, I would say, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Game Hens, Destitute, Heifer.
Heifer.
what other bands were you in?
That's pretty much all I did. I roadied for a few years before I did any of that. But, yeah, those were the three main bands I sang in. There was another one before all that called Large Marge that never...
Large Marge?
Yeah, that never formed to a full band or playing out, so that don't count, I guess.
God, the thing that I remember most is with the song Total Depression, when I first heard that off from Destitute. And that was you, Mr. Hate, Mike Sen.
Yep, John Schuster on the drums.
And
then Bill Colvert, Boy Bill.
Okay.
Yeah,
Boy Bill.
And that band formed out of Vile, so Vile split.
Yeah.
And I basically just took over the vocals. And
where did you get inspiration for your voice? Because your voice is like pretty much... I mean, there's a lot of bands that are doing it now.
Yeah.
But back then, there wasn't anybody that was blowing out the diaphragm on the microphone.
Yeah. Honestly, I had no idea what the hell I was doing when I first started.
Oh, really?
I had dinked around with some buddies, jamming like in the basement, doing cover songs.
Yep.
Doing stuff that was way out of my limit vocally, whatever the hair bands were at that time.
Yep.
And and I sucked at that. And then
so did I.
And Mike Sen had just said, hey, you want to come over and try doing vocals? And that's where it started with Destitute.
That was your beginning?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I never sang. I never had a clue what the hell I was doing. I just kind of belted it out and developed,
Well, yeah, that raw power voice. I mean, you were the first one that I saw doing that. That's why I was wondering. Did anybody ever give you any influence on that or anything? Is there any bands? Because I can't.
No,
I can't think of any. I can't think of any bands prior to you, but I can think of bands after you that sing with that.
I started like in maybe '83 or just going to the record stores and buying whatever the new albums that came out. Into the heavier vein. So I was early Metallica and Anthrax and Slayer and Wasp and stuff like that just Twisted Sister and that's what I was listening to at the time. Judas Priest and Kiss and but I'd never like vocally emulated somebody I just did what I did.
It's like this would sound good here. So you started with Destitute then?
Yeah, that was my first, I would say, real legitimate band that actually played out and did shows and stuff.
Gotcha. What kind of stuff did you do with them? What kind of shows did you guys do?
Yeah, I remember doing like show like at the Avalon and Ryan's.
Oh yeah, Decker stuff.
Yeah, Decker a little bit. We didn't play out a ton of shows.
Yeah.
A little bit. Decker one of the cooler things we did was went down to like Des Moines one time and played with like I think it's Sanctuary. Or singer had really long blonde hair, and it was kind of
Sanctuary, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
right,
Sanctuary.
yeah.
You know, I mean that was. I'll probably forget a lot of names.
They were very pretty with very pretty vocals, and then ominous guitar.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean that was kind of one of the first kind of real things we did. But, you know, but yeah, mainly Decker shows, and same with the Game Hens. You know, I mean Decker, Christ, he helped us tremendously, and even like Earl too. I mean, with the Destitute, you know, in the early days, he would, you know, throw us on KFAI and do all that stuff. So
good old 3:33 in the morning here with Destitute.
8 people listening, but you know, you were saying like influences. I would say locally, the 2 guys that I mean, like first guy that ever looked up to vocally, well, I guess was Bill Lindsay from Impaler.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I mean, just not so much the vocal style. I mean, I like that, but I mean, just the way he was visually on stage and how he was the front man. That's what kind of
got you going.
Influenced me. I guess him, and even like Odegaard. You know, Jimmy from Disturbed, and you know, and them guys were king shit back then.
They certainly were.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I wasn't nothing, you know, and them guys were. But there was, you know, it was
such a good scene. It was just such a good scene.
At the time, you don't realize what's out there, and if I had to go back now, I would just how I acted towards people and socialized and stuff. You know, I was so kind of in my own little shell.
Yeah,
you know,
a little bit quieter.
Yeah, just, you know, a little shy. I mean, a little anxiety. I don't know, just. Yeah. But if I had it to do, you know, just socializing with people and.
So you started with Destitute, and that was your first band. How long did you guys stay together?
That was like from maybe 88 to 90-ish, 91 maybe.
Okay, and that was, so it was all Vile except for you? And
you
switched with Terry pretty much, or
they pretty much Terry was gone and I was in, and even a lot of the songs some of the songs were Vile songs that I just redid the vocals.
Oh, really?
Just wrote different lyrics, and some of that. I mean, Sen, he was a writing machine.
Yeah,
you know, as far as and that Destitute really got to the point where that was a pretty damn good band, but at the time, you know, there was no internet.
Yes.
And there was, you know, you'd send a cassette tape into a record company, and, you know, I mean, it was total old school, luck of the draw if you got signed or whatever. But
and you did that for a couple of years, and then what did you do
and then
after
there was
that?
maybe a year in between, not quite a year, and a guy named Ken Boyle and Rick Tyler.
Yeah.
Those 2 started jamming, and Boyle just asked if I wanted to come in and sing, and then that's how that started out.
It's just like, hey, come on and sing.
Yeah, well, just, you know, hey, come over and check us out. We got, you know, 3-4 songs together, so I'd go over there and they'd make a cassette tape, and I'd just take it home, write some lyrics over it, and
really,
I mean, that's how that whole deal started.
And that was Game Hens.
Yeah, that was Game Hens. That started that.
So who were the members of Game Hens?
That was Rick Tyler on guitar, Ken Boyle drums, myself on vocals, and then we had the first bass player was Tim Harris, who at the time, God, he was like just an 18-year-old kid. I think he might have even still been in high school. Yeah. And I don't even remember how the hell we found him. Maybe Rick did or something, but
he was a musician. He just
that kid, he was ripped on bass though. He was a great bass player, and he came over and then it just formed. And Decker was really like Tyler. I mean, he was in love with Tyler, so he got behind us. He helped us so much.
Yeah, that was a perfect show.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah. And that was around 90, 91. What's that?
And who played drums?
Ken Boyle.
Ken Boyle was the drummer.
Yeah,
okay.
he was in another band prior to that called Intensity, but that was...
with John Olson and Vinny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Vince Buffalo.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, we...
or Vinny.
Like me, him, and Boyle, we painted for... that was kind of our job, too. I hung out with Buffalo for quite a few years, so yeah, he'll always be buff.
Yeah.
Vince Trudell.
Yep. Yeah, I got him on Facebook, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I like him.
I ran into him a few times there. I mean, it's probably been a handful of years now, but...
Mm-hmm. And John Olson was that Intensity band, too.
Yeah, John.
He did a couple of years, he did the kind of benefit thing.
Woodbury. Oh, for John Woodbury.
Or John Woodbury, yeah.
Hi, I'm Alex Scully from Testament. I'm here to check out Animosities. They're a really good local Minneapolis band. They play with Soylent Green Disturbed, and they're fucking kick-ass. Check them out.
Got out of helping, but he did that. That was
that was a bummer when we lost a few guys along the way.
Yeah, and actually Woodbury. That's kind of because after the Game Hens kind of ran its course, Woodbury actually stepped in and played guitar for a little bit, and we did a show at First Avenue with. The last Game Hen show.
Oh, okay.
And and we had replaced the bass player too at that time. That was Garrett Shar was the second one we had. But yeah, we did a thing with Woodbury. He had wrote some other new songs, but it just wasn't wasn't the same. But
yeah, and that was that like one of the massacres or what?
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah, that's I think that's what you guys got brought up about was Mike seeing you.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I was like. What? Somebody remember that?
There's a video of you on the internet. It's like, okay, what's this all about?
Yeah, that's funny.
I kind of surprised you with
that. Yeah,
there
isn't. There's some VHS stuff floating around. I know. I probably have some tapes of the Game Hens.
Oh, okay.
But there's only really like one thing on the internet that I've ever seen. I think there's the first demo is on there. Somebody just put that. I think that was put up recently. I just noticed it was on there.
Okay.
But.
Kind of flipping back just for a second, where did you record with Destitute? Was that
Bob Kane?
Oh, ambient sound.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
did you do this the entire time that you guys were recording?
Yeah.
He just rocks.
Bob was that.
He was good.
He was a good guy. When he did it was a solid demo.
He did Beneath the 13 Stone for us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah. But,
classic.
The guy could be on fire and he'd just slowly walk out of the room, you know.
Yeah, yes. Smoke a little weed.
Yeah.
But that was we did that there. Mm-hmm. The both Game Hen tapes or demos were done at. I'm gonna blank on the name of it now. I'd have to look on the cassette, but that was over in South Minneapolis, and it was actually the old original Flight Time.
Okay.
Location with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Oh, I missed the First Ave days. I've been
there.
I've been there since. It's not the same. The building's still the same, but it's not the same.
Yeah, different vibe,
different
and atmosphere.
Crowd.
Yep, totally. Mm-hmm. But yeah, some of the Metal Massacres they were a lot of fun. It was insane for local bands to put 1,000 people in there.
Oh yeah.
It was just like holy shit.
Well, I mean, it started out with just 5.
Yeah.
It was us, Insidious, Prophets, Soylent Green, Disturbed, and Coup De Grace. That was in the main room, and then they started doing it in the entry and going back and forth. Yeah. Then you got like 10, 15 bands, and
it grew. I mean,
it was like WrestleMania for metal bands. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
it
the
was
Super
totally.
Bowl or something.
Yeah,
because
there was. Yeah, you just rattled off so many bands there. Jesus, there was a lot of good freaking bands in this town.
Oh my God, that's
crazy.
I mean,
and it's like it was. It's a cow town. Fucking nobody know Minneapolis. They didn't know. You
mean that Prince place?
Yeah, there was. I mean, God, there was a lot of good fucking bands there.
Oh yeah, Power Man was.
Yeah. They're about. I mean, they were one of the first ones to ever like get a deal and kind of go national, I guess. Or,
yeah, they were.
Coup De Grace too.
Coup De Grace. Yeah, I watched a little bit of Coup De Grace they did like an Edge Fest thing. And you could tell Jimmy was kind of getting into that Thin Lizzy style.
Yeah, they were heavily influenced by them, though. Them guys loved Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
And I mean, Steve Wresh, the guitar player, he did the Heffer album, the second one, the full album that we did.
Oh, he did?
That was all done at his place. And,
okay. Steve, he passed, right?
Oh, yeah. That was, we had just finished the Heffer thing, and me and him had started doing some rap stuff, that just dinking around that I was doing, and we had like 3 or 4 songs going, and then he passed away right in the middle of that.
Really? I did not know you were so close to that situation.
Yeah. I was there every day for like a year at his house.
This next song is a song about tomorrow.
I mean, that was a shock because, I was seeing him almost every day for like a year. We had really become good friends.
Yeah.
And, going over there all the time. And, yeah, that was a messed up, sad deal.
Oh, my God. Wow, so you were working with Steve when he passed.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's because I really wish we could have got, not that I'm a big rap guy, but it was kind of some cool shit. It was totally unique. And I got 3 or 4 things maybe on a disc.
Okay.
But, and when he passed, like, everything got lost.
Oh, yeah.
He had all his musicals. I don't even know what happened to everything.
And so then we kind of brought up Heffer for a second. That was Sean Novak, you.
Yep, Mike Sen again. And we had a couple different bass players go through there.
Was Heffer the end of your singing?
Yeah, that was the last thing I did.
Except for the short collaboration with Steve Wresh on the rap.
Yeah.
Albums.
That don't count. But yeah, we did the Heffer thing, and I think that was that's already been 2007.
Really?
Yeah, so that's already, Christ almighty, that's been a long time already. You know Josh Kellerman?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's actually has taken a lot of my stuff and has it all. He took a bunch of it and like put it on like a CD for me.
Oh, really?
But I have yet to hook up with them to get it, but
yeah,
he's
doing the Root a lot now. I don't know if he's taking it over or what.
I don't know if he's just kind of
because he did the Decker thing a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they did the Decker tribute deal.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I went on there recently. I went on there with Mike, and
cool.
I played some. I have a digital copy that I took from cassette, and it's of us the first time we were on the Root of All Evil with Earl. So it's got all our banter and stuff like that, and then it goes into a song.
And speaking of that, well, we just got done playing a double shot, back-to-back, Stacks of the Wicks, Picks of the Hits, right here on the Root of All Evil on KFAI Radio. Animosity and Cyanide Killer, pretty self-explanatory, I would imagine. Yes. And You Will Die, also pretty self-explanatory, if you ask me. And well, wait a minute, we got more madness going on here. Good morning, Fresh Air Radio, you're on the air.
Well, good evening.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much, I have to say. It sounds like dude music for dude people to me.
Yeah, it's definitely dude music for dude people.
That's funny, because I got a cassette tape of when we were on there with Destitute.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like the whole interview, the whole night we were on there.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'd like to get that.
Digitized?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Before that melts. And
no kidding. Real.
Yeah. I got a few things like that.
Yeah, that would be cool to hear. Definitely.
Yeah, I'd like to hear. There's even like Destitute. There's stuff on YouTube with Destitute that it actually sounds okay, but the video quality of it is just garbage.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You can't even. It's
so degraded now too. I'll bet you.
There's the one Game Hen song that's on the internet is I can't believe that the quality is actually pretty good.
Really?
But the sound is, that's that little clip that you played.
Okay, yeah.
And but the sound isn't the greatest on it. You can kind of hear it, but
yeah. Where was that recorded?
That's at First Ave.
That was
a Metal Massacre thing.
I gotcha. Yeah, Metal Massacres, man. God, if I could go back to one thing, it'd be a Metal Massacre.
Yeah.
It'd be, you know, going
Be
between
fun
the
to-
two rooms, and it's like, oh, you're in this band now? Well, what? Yeah.
Jensen.
It's like, what band are
Yeah.
you in now? Oh, I'm in this one. You know,
What was the original band he was in? Do you remember?
Neurotoxin.
That's Jensen. Yeah, he was nicest guy in the world, but you looked at him, he was scary.
Oh my
looking.
God, he made Pinhead scared.
Yeah. But they were awesome guys. I remember when we first met them, that was in the Game Hens, and yeah, them guys were fucking cool as hell.
Oh yeah, him and Eric Freetag.
Yeah, free tags. God almighty.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
Eric
wow.
was another guy that had the boomer vocals, but he came
Yeah,
out after
yeah.
you did, though. I think a little
Yeah,
bit after.
they what the hell was the name of the band that they were in when they first started?
It was Shred Fit.
Shred Fit. Yep. Mm-hmm. And but he did a thing. I don't know if it was the last thing he did, but he was playing drums.
Oh, was he really?
He had moved up to Duluth.
Yeah, I know he
And
was up in
they're-
Duluth. He's kind of fallen off.
Yeah, I used to, like, he'd put stuff on Facebook I would see, but that kind of all just vanished.
Your very first thing that you're doing is with extremely established metal musicians.
Yeah,
right?
Son
You
was
got
pretty, because he was like originally an Impaler, one of
Yep.
the original guys.
Yep.
And then Vile, they kind of had a little run there, and
Vile had a pretty good
Yeah.
run. At least
Yeah.
people knew who they were. You
Yeah.
know? And
Sen he's pretty well known. I mean, as a guitar player, and he was.
Yeah, he's phenomenal too.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's a freaking songwriting machine.
Yeah.
I mean, God almighty, he can just, like a riff master.
Yeah. Really?
Maybe Decker's Basement over in North
Where
Minneapolis.
he'd bring in the keg, he'd pull off the
Yeah.
black label cover and put Miller Genuine Draft little clap on
You know, we played at his house there, and it almost turned into a goddamn riot with some of the neighborhood people around there.
Oh, really?
They did not like that going on. And
Oh, my.
it got to where, I mean, that
Was
show.
that the North Minneapolis
Yeah,
one?
right off of Golden Valley Road and Broadway.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
they're not the greatest neighborhood, and
Yeah.
that was an '88, so. And God, I remember we had to call the cops to come and sit in the street so we could haul our gear out of there and get out of there, because they were like throwing rocks at the house. And
Really?
it turned into, it was like a riot. It was insanity.
Decker's just sitting there drinking his beer.
Yeah. I remember being down in the basement and hearing all this commotion, and they're like, yeah, there's, the gangsters are attacking the house and throwing rocks and smash the windows, and some girl got hit in the head with a rock, and
God.
I was just like, fuck, I'm just cowering down in the basement, like, I'm not going up there. Are you kidding me? I ain't gonna get shot. Jesus Christ. But yeah, we had to call the cops to have them come and sit so we could get our damn gear out of the house. And
Was that your first show?
that might have been. I don't know. The Game Hens, I mean, I don't know, we really got going, I mean, where people knew us. And I mean, without Decca, he put us on so many shows.
Yeah.
I mean, we opened up for Overkill. That was one of the bigger things we did at the Mirage. I don't even, Decker just put us on. Like, Decker, he loved Tyler. I mean, he hated me, but he loved Tyler.
Yeah.
He was, you see him one
We were
time, he's
cordial.
your best buddy. You see him the next time, he want to stab you in the eyeball. It's just the way he was. But he really fucking established himself.
So, do you
Over
know him
the
as
years.
Don or Sean?
Both.
Okay, which
Yeah.
one?
I always
were-
called him Sean, but I knew it was Don.
Yeah.
Donald.
I always called him Sean too. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
hey
just-
Sean,
yeah.
what's up?
But yeah, I mean, I remember he was living wherever the hell he was living. He didn't even have a shower. I'd bring him over to my house,
yeah.
and let him shower, and
Wow.
we were buds for a while. And then
Yeah.
what happened between me and him was kind of funny. He set me up with a girl on a date who I ended up actually being with for 20 years and marrying her. But he hated me for that. I said, what did you give me her number for if you liked her? But that really caused a rift between us for a long time.
So okay, so why did he set you up with her then?
I went over there to buy a bag of weed, and she was sitting there, and I texted him. Like I said, who's that girl sitting there? And, here, he did use your number. So I said,
Really?
"Oh, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't, if I'd have known he liked her, I would have never, ever called her or did anything. But I thought, cool, you gave me your number, so I called her, and we went out and ended up hitting it off. And like I say, we were together for 20 years from then on. But there was the whole time in the game, I mean, there was 3, 4, 5 years where, God, he just wanted to kill me over that. And I'd look at you, dude, you're nuts.
Yeah.
You know, what did you set me up with there for? If you were going to be like this, I would have, you know, but yeah, that's just. I think even one time you said he set out in front of, I was living at my mom's at the time over in North Minneapolis, and yeah, I was sitting outside I had a gun, I was going to kill you one night. And it's like, you know, I believe it. I do. I didn't come home. Jesus Christ. What a fucking goofball.
Oh yeah. He was great
awesome.
though. I mean,
Yeah,
if it wasn't for him, that I think that the metal scene would have died a lot quicker than it.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, he gave us a lot of shows out of town. He got us on the Metal Massacre in Milwaukee, the Metal Fest.
You played Milwaukee Metal Fest?
Yeah,
no kidding. I never got to play that. That would have been
got us
awesome.
on that, and it was kind of funny. We were the very first band, at 8 a.m.
Really?
And, yeah, it was cool. I loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was, you know.
Who else? You think any other bands that were on in that one particularly? What year would that have been?
91-ish, maybe. I remember
so would that be
Ex-Horder.
would that have been Deicide's year?
Yeah, Deicide was. Yeah, they were on there. Yep.
That was the year that they kind of blew out of.
Yeah, Ricky Rackman was there. And he got bombarded. He came up on stage and people were throwing shit at him. I remember Ex-Horder was on that. King Diamond.
No shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of. God, there was so many bands.
That Milwaukee Metal Fest.
I'd have to look at the flyer, but.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was because I loved Ex-Horder at the time, and we got to do a show here with them in Minneapolis, and then 2 nights later we did the Milwaukee,
Massacre.
Yeah, Metal. So it was, you know, I thought we were all cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
or Milwaukee Metal Fest. That's what it was called.
The Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got to do that one. You got to do that in Game Hens. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean Decker, he sent us out all over the place. We did a lot of shows. Did some stuff with like Drop Hammer.
Oh yeah, the
them?
Red Decibel label.
Yeah,
band.
Played with them guys.
They're out of Milwaukee too, or something like that.
Yeah, they were something like that. They were Chicago. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, we ended up doing like a handful of shows with them guys over, and did played. I can't remember where it was. Somewhere we did a lot of stuff in Wisconsin. But I remember playing like with Malevolent Creation.
Oh no shit.
And there was, but that was all Decker.
Yeah. Wow.
Giving us the great shows, and then just wanted to kick my ass.
Shooting you in between the gigs.
Like, dude, you're going to kill me.
That's so funny.
Crazy.
But that's so Decker, too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You know? Business first, then after that, you know?
Yeah, like I say, I'd run him into Ryan's one night, and he'd be best bud, and then I'd see him the next time I'd see him, and he'd like...
Still married?
Oh yeah. God almighty. Crazy.
Yeah. Did you play any of the Station 4 shows when he was doing that? Or was that after your time?
Yeah, we must have played there.
I remember I played at Ryan's, but then when Decker took it over kind of at the end.
Yeah, I think,
because I saw Anal Blast there. I saw, I think it was called Station 4 at the time.
Yeah, I went through a couple of different name changes.
Yeah,
we must. I don't know. I mean, I think the last thing we did there was maybe 93, so whatever the hell it was at that time.
Yeah.
And that would have been with the Game Hens.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and then there was, I don't know, there must have been a few years off, because I can't remember when Heffer started. That was maybe 04, 05.
Okay.
That started out, that was me, Mike Sen, Sean Novak, and Joe Conrad.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
What year would that have been? Because Sean was playing with me in Snafu in...
It must have been right after
till like
that.
95. And then
this would have been like 2005 maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because we ended in 07. Was the last thing we really did. Well, that's when the CD was. We did that full
I got that
album.
CD downstairs.
Yeah. I was going to bring one. I wasn't sure if you had that.
Yeah, I got it.
And that started out, we were like... When that first started out, we were dressing up in outfits. It was supposed to be like a kind of a mentor's goofy, not as crude as a mentor, but just kind of a clown show thing. And
yep. That's kind of funny though
Yeah,
to say not as crude as the mentor.
Wow, they were.
That's a really low bar to hit.
Hey, that Kiss is the first band I ever.
Really?
That got me into, like, really got me
Did you
into
put on the
music.
makeup and have the basement concerts and stuff?
Eighth grade, I went as Gene Simmons to, like, a Halloween dance or something. Yeah, my mom did the makeup, ratted out my hair and shit. I had a drum set when I was, like, 14. My grandpa bought me a drum set. Of course, my dad hated it.
Because it was in the
Which
house.
is probably why my grandpa bought it. We had a couple guys, and we'd jam. We'd play cover songs, and I'd play drums. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I stunk.
Yeah.
You know, like still.
Enjoying it, though.
Oh, I loved it. It was.
Yeah.
My mom and dad, they'd go somewhere, and we'd haul all the gear out of the basement, go set up in the garage, play for an hour, open up the doors, you know. 10 kids would come around.
Yeah.
Todd, and you guys were talking about Todd on the last show with Mike. Todd from the Swinging Teens. And
From Dumpster Juice. Todd, I don't remember his last name.
That was another guy that influenced me, was Roland, the singer from Dumpster Juice.
Oh, yeah.
He was a big guy. He'd run out there with this, no shirt on.
They played that show with Impaler.
Yeah, they do. They do play around still.
They played with Fret Rattlers and Impaler's 40th anniversary show.
I
got that on this channel.
Yeah,
I got some.
Let's come back though.
Yeah, Roland's still doing it.
I know.
What was the last thing you did?
It was the Heffer stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
So, well, that wasn't that long ago. 15 years.
Yeah, well, that ain't too long.
Well, for me, I've been 25 right now.
But yeah, that was the last. Thing we did. And I'm glad that the last thing we did was a full album, and I always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Because it was always you do a 4-song demo.
Yeah, you gotta shop it. You gotta shop it.
Yeah, but even just that's all you could really afford. And this, with we had Steve Wresh, and it's like, let's just do a full album.
Oh, so Steve actually recorded the actual Heffer album, the one that I have here.
Yeah,
recorded by Steve.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He did everything. I mean, recorded, mastered, helped arrange some of the songs, and yeah, he was full.
How did you get hooked up with Steve?
That's a good question. I mean, I knew him from the Coup De Grace.
Yep.
And doing stuff like that. I actually met him through Rick Tyler.
Okay.
I think, playing shows with them guys. But I knew he had a studio, and he lived right by my house, and I just called him. I can't remember how it came about initially, but yeah, we just called him and said, hey, we're looking to do this, and went over there. And
what kind of studio did he have?
Down in his basement, but he had nice gear. And
do you have the isolated rooms or anything like that, or were you guys all
No, it was all just in one thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
that's cool.
I just recorded everything.
Put that up there.
He was.
He was a great guitar player, wonderful human being.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I mean, like I said, I hung out with him literally every day for like a year, and we became such good friends. And just and then to have him just pass away like he did was just. That was a shock.
God, that really sucks.
Yeah, that one stung a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, to be able to say, you recorded, that's your first full length album that you did.
Yeah, I'm glad we worked with him. And he was.
I don't have.
He had so much knowledge. I mean, them Coup De Grace, they had done so much stuff and recording, and he knew so much more of his shit than I ever did,
And so that would have been 2007, 2008.
Yeah, 2006 and 7. It took about a year to do it all.
Okay, and so he wasn't playing it all at that point in time. Huh?
No, he wasn't actually playing out or anything. No, but
okay. So what do you think your favorite show would be, or shows? Would it be the Massacres?
Yeah, the Massacres. You talking like for me personally?
For you personally,
yeah.
What do you take away from all this
like
stuff?
Playing with the Overkill was a pretty big thing at the time. That was pretty fucking cool. I mean,
yeah.
But it just like the crowd and the whole vibe of it was. Oh yeah. That was pretty cool. Doing the the Milwaukee Metal Fest was pretty cool.
That's outdoors, right?
That was it was at It was like at a hockey arena.
Okay.
Because it was at that Eagles Club for years.
Yeah.
And then the year that we did it, it switched over to it was like at some arena.
Oh, really?
So it was like, that was kind of weird. I don't know what I can't remember what the hell. I'd have to look at the flyer what it actually was. But,
Yeah.
you know, and and that was kind of, you know, like we show up, it's like, oh, you guys are playing first at 8 a.m. I was like, what?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We thought it was, this is kind of an honor. We're the opening band at the
Milwaukee Metal Fest. Yeah. It was great having you here. And, and
you
know, we can
man,
definitely.
It was so good to see you again.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
This was
and
a lot of fun.
I mean, I have a feeling that we're going to be talking more. I think we just hit the tip of the iceberg, to be perfectly honest.
I was going to say, let me go home and I'd be like, oh, yeah, I could probably come back and do an hour now. I remember all this other shit. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how we'll do it.
I got a lot of, like I said, before I was singing in bands, I was like a road crew guy.
Okay.
And I got a lot of stuff that I do with that too. I mean,
awesome.
A lot of the local, they were the hair bands at the time, I guess you'd call them. But
yeah,
that's still a lot of that, and
we'll save that for part 2 then.
Yeah, got to work with Jesse Johnson, guitar player from the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, staying the time. Got to go.
That's freaking amazing.
Went over to Japan, did a tour over there with him.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the same thing that freaking Marco did to me.
Yeah.
All right, so
why
is this? Why is this that I bring these guys on, and then it's like, okay, well, we got to go. By the way, went to Japan with the guy from the time. Okay. Thanks.
Nobody wants to hear stupid roadie stories, but that was
so.
We
will definitely be having a part 2 now.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank
Make sure you subscribe and like on this video.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and subscribe right now.
All right, sounds good. Backstage Community Forum. Take care.
See ya.
Time for one more. We're gonna leave you one from our demo. This is Core of Existence! Where's the promise of the reason? Where's the promise of the answer problem? Someone mistakes when you exist us. Others have it on a silver platter. On your life inside of sun, I think life inside of sun. On your life inside of sun, I think life is someone else's life. Core existence! There's no temple in the world. There's injustice not to win. I will have answers on the other fight. Where's the progress? Where do I go from vision? Go